was on
Yeah,
Gotham?
we said yeah.
I'm just reiterating while we're in a group.
But you also
Yeah, I'm cool with it.
you were also supposed to call back yesterday.
Call back who?
Us.
Was I?
Yeah. You said I'll call you right back.
Oh, about Morby.
About Morby.
I didn't?
No, you never told us.
I mean, you said it just now, like when you were.
I didn't?
No, you never called back. We made plans without you.
No.
So I can't go now?
You can't. No. You're banned.
I didn't call back.
No, you didn't.
No, you don't even have a kid yet. What's your excuse?
I don't know, dude. Dude, you know what it is? It's getting up at 4:30 every morning. It fucking starts to rot.
Your brain.
Yeah.
I get up at 4:30 every morning too.
By Thursday?
Mm-hmm.
What time do you go to bed though?
9:30.
11:30.
I'm actually gonna start pushing for 10 or 11.
It's not. I don't recommend it. I got
I
guys
just need
at
more
work.
shit to get done.
Yeah. I know guys at work to go to bed at 8. I was like, I can't live my life like that.
No. I mean, I was going for the solid 6, but I might, or solid 7, but I might try to go for the solid 5. I did that for a while.
It's too fucked up.
And I don't drink coffee either.
I don't either.
I'm a real psychopath.
I take Excedrin.
Because it has caffeine in it?
Yeah.
I
take 2 Excedrin a day.
Before the headache or the migraine? Just
for fun.
Like the way like old people take like
They probably have caffeine pills.
Oh God, what am I asking? I have to ask this on the phone all the time.
What do you
aspirin.
want?
You take Excedrin the way people take aspirin?
Yeah.
Because there's like old people that have to take it every day just for like whatever the
An
heck of
aspirin
it.
a day keeps the fuckers away.
Keeps the wiener away.
No, nothing can keep that away.
Oof. So are we excited for our next field trip?
I kind of.
I'm more
Next
excited.
Thursday.
I'm like exponentially by a factor of 10 more excited for Morbius than I was for Batman.
Really?
I don't know, dude. I'm just
like
the worst Marvel movie is better to me than the best
DC movie.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm excited. I want to see what happens. Next week there's a lot going on though. So next week there's that. That's Thursday for us anyway. Wednesday is Moon Knight.
Yeah.
But then
that
also
looks really good.
Also
does it? I don't know what to expect really.
CGI on him looks a little weird, but I'm into it. I mean, like you could really tell it's CGI.
Bro, there is so many fake trailers on YouTube for Moon Knight, like these community-made trailers.
Yeah. You don't know what's real and what's not.
Hey, just like Moon Knight.
Yeah.
Maybe it's intentional.
Maybe
it's like a campaign.
Maybe.
And then also in our area specifically, which I mentioned to you a second ago before you called me like a jackhole or whatever, the buffet opens at the Turning Stone, which we haven't had access to for like a year.
Who gives really?
I want some fucking buffet.
Yeah, but the Turning Stone buffet is not great.
Yeah, but this is supposed to be a really good high-end one.
You want a fucking hot take? A scolding hot take?
Sure.
Sure.
I'd rather have Chinese buffet than Turning Stone buffet. Those little biscuits, those fucking little Asian biscuits.
The donuts.
Is that racist?
The donuts?
No, it's
No,
like a.
donuts.
It's like okay, wait.
He means the bao bun.
No, I don't think
No?
I do. Remember, the movie Ewok Adventure?
Yeah.
Remember Wicket? That little, not Wicket. That little white thing that zoomed really fast all around.
I thought I was just like really tired. That was actually in the movie.
Yeah, and he eats those little biscuits. He goes, and he eats it like a little goblin.
Dude, I thought that was like a super tired hallucination.
Are you fucking with me? It had the Rancor in it.
Speaking of Goblin, have you ever heard of the band Goblin?
Necrogoblicon?
No, Goblin.
Oh no. Well, this is great.
Oh, I saw that vinyl today. I was going to ask you what that was.
Yeah, so it's like it's an actual band vinyl and not just an original soundtrack to something. It's a band called Vinyl, and the vinyl is from like '84 or '82.
It's a band called Vinyl?
No,
Or
that must
Goblin.
be confusing.
Goblin.
Have you ever heard of the band Necrogoblicon?
No.
No.
It's a
I
death
all the
metal
weird band stuff.
Swedish death metal?
It's not Swedish. It's American death metal, but it's
Did get
the lead singer is a legit goblin.
So is he a tiny person?
Is he like Gene Simmons, where like got shit grafted onto him, like how Gene Simmons?
He
does
wears
the
a
Cowtown?
full like movie style
Goblin.
prosthetics.
Like Guar.
Way more than Guar.
Way more than Guar.
Yeah, there's this-
He's more Guar than Guar?
Yeah.
There's this interview show called John Goblicon Living Your Best Life, and he interviews people. So like Wes Borland from Limp Bizkit came on the show, and he just kept clowning him about being like a dipshit. It was funny.
Oh man.
So no to the buffet.
I mean, if you're really twisting my arm back and forth, I'll go to a buffet.
Chinese buffet is okay. I just did the one out in Syracuse with our mutual friend Roger not long ago, and that one was okay. I need a good buffet.
Listen, when I used to work for a local pest control company in the area,
I recall.
I went to the buffet in the New Hartford Shopping Center, and I was doing my inspection. So I'm in the back kitchen, which was infested with roaches everywhere. So the dude comes back with 2 plates. Let's say it had some lo mein, some General Cho.
Yeah, and some egg rolls.
Egg rolls, a couple of the little Wicket biscuits. The guy goes, fuck, you're still good. Just starts going like this back in the till. I go, bro. No.
Who was that? Was that one of the workers?
One of the workers.
Oh.
He's putting the uneaten shit back into the till. I go, brother.
Till?
The fucking deal.
Like the actual buffet?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I go, no. I go, you can't do that. He goes, still good. I go, yeah, it's kind of...
It's been on somebody's plate.
Yeah. I mean, it might be okay for the riffraff in the back kitchen to eat.
It might be okay if you were doing that at your kitchen table.
Yeah. But...
Oh. Yeah, so you just said that, and then you were like, I would rather go to the Chinese buffet.
Still, even that.
Ugh. Yeah,
Because, dude, you pay $45 for the Turning Stone buffet.
Yeah.
You get some shitty pot roast.
Is it still the same price?
I have no clue. I'll find out.
I mean, I think last time Hope and I went, it was $28.
Yeah, but also, this is a new buffet. It's not the same one. It's not Season's Harvest anymore. It's something else. It's got, like, specific stations, and it's...
Are you a fan of buffets?
Yeah.
I thought you gave up buffet for Lent.
No. I'm
Kevin,
a heathen.
Righteous Dude said he's got an answer for our why is fish not considered meat.
Oh, well, he
Yeah,
should
but
be
he's-
here to answer it.
No,
He's not. He's away.
he's part of Big Calamari. You can't
Yeah.
trust what the
So
fuck he said.
next week we should have an answer.
Oh, okay.
I was listening back to the podcast last week,
Sure.
and
Big call
I had
out.
some questions come up. So I was thinking, when you said how you had the arranged marriage,
Yeah.
I'm thinking he kind of played this all wrong. What if you were at the altar and a fucking Bangladesh Smoke Show 10 comes through the door?
Right, but it's a Russian roulette.
Yeah, but then if you get a wildebeest with a burlap sack on, then you can bounce, do a
Bolt,
runaway bride
bolt,
style.
Bolt.
Yeah. Am I wrong?
We'll never know. I mean, that was
Well,
11 years ago, and
If you
my
believe-
grandma's dad who was arranging it. So.
Your
you-
grandmother arranged it?
Yeah.
No, she's gonna look out for you, bro.
if you believe in the multiverse, somewhere there's
The
both
version-
a Nabil with the Bangladesh Smoke Show, and also a Nabil with the
I love how
wildebeest.
Bangladesh is a thing.
Yeah, the wildebeest, and then here's Nabil, who's just like, I'm gonna go. Here's left,
Yeah.
here's right. I'm just gonna walk down the middle.
Yeah.
Dude, you could be married to Bangladesh Smoke Show right now, have 3 kids, be an accountant, and hate your life right now. Or you could be living the life of Riley, slinging Pokemon cards for quick ass all over town like you do. Which life would you choose? Butterfly effect, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm staying where I'm at.
Every time a bell rings, an angel gets its wings.
Yeah, I mean, if I was a accountant
Every time
somewhere-
a bell rings, a Bangladesh gets its bacon.
Now see, if right, me, I was the Bangladesh who got the bacon.
Yeah.
Now see, if I'd chosen the accountant life, right, I'd never come here, and then Al would have to be dealing with Bill on his own, and one of them would have.
I probably would have killed him.
Well, yeah, one of them would have Columbined the other by now. I mean, like,
Yeah.
I've been here to like kind of
Let me tell you something.
The best
keep
was
the peace.
this past
Oh well,
Tuesday.
I wasn't here for that. That's the type of stuff that you're gonna end up in a shallow grave for.
Oh, when I started with him?
Yeah.
It was
So I
great.
heard the story. You want to repeat it for me? I wasn't here.
Well, I haven't been able to get at him lately.
Well, you're
He's been
supposed
tough.
to.
He's been Teflon Don.
Dude, his mom just died.
I know. But
So we were taking it
Yeah.
easy on him.
I've been actually really nice.
Yeah.
And even when I'm bad, I'm not.
That bad.
I'm just trying to get a rise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's been Teflon Don lately. He's been water off a duck's ass.
Yeah. So how'd you get him fired up?
I forget. What was I
Politics.
saying to him?
Politics.
No. It was something about
Oh,
religion.
religion.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
yeah, I don't really want to get it.
Yeah. No. Look.
It was. I was. Yeah.
He made off-color comments about religion. He's Catholic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was basically saying how
This is just
Pentecostal Christians and diehard Catholics
Yeah.
are extremely accepting of gay marriage. I go,
as opposed to Catholics who aren't, or
well, as opposed to
Anyway.
well, I said
Oh, okay.
that's absolutely not the case. They're completely against it.
Mhm.
That's like how they vote, how they move, how they speak.
Yeah, I think maybe tolerate would be the best case scenario.
Yeah, I mean that's where
Um,
Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve, come. You know, like
Yeah.
out of that
I love
really.
Steve.
I like Steve too. I mean,
Yes,
Um,
you are.
yeah.
So yeah, friendly reminder. This is for our employee Bill, who's a real nice guy, but he's easy to set off.
Oh, yeah.
That's
it was,
the best way
it
to
was
put it.
great.
And
the best.
and a lot of times it happens without trying. Like you're trying to have a conversation with him, and he takes offense
Yeah.
or takes it to a level where it wasn't going.
And the greatest thing is as it escalates, the madder he gets, the higher his voice goes.
Yeah.
So by
It's a dog whistle by
Yeah.
the end of it.
Oh.
but it's like Minnie Mouse screaming at Mickey at the end.
He's
It's-
like, I can't stand this. I'm gonna fucking kill somebody.
Yeah, I'm not I feel bad when that happens, when it's gotten to that level.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
It's not fun for me because I know the guy, and like then I gotta go home and feel bad about like making this guy who's gonna go home and like obsess about it.
Does he
Feel
really though? I think he
Mhm.
kind of
He does.
does. He really?
Now, I don't know about those things specifically,
Well,
but
that kind of makes me look at it in a
Yeah,
different
so
light.
he'll-
he's talked about how like he just goes home and has like introspective thought about things because he's like.
so he'll come in. He'll come in Tuesday.
Yeah, and
and
bring
while
up
we're-
something that we've all forgotten like
Yeah,
4 days later.
While we're doing the boxes, he'll bring up that he, thought about that whole conversation.
Or something totally
Yeah.
unrelated. Maybe it was a conversation about a TV show, right? I'm not gonna say what one, but
I think we can all take a
Yeah.
word stab.
well, no, me and him, I have a couple shows we watch, but like he'll be like, "Oh, hey, remember that thing from 4 days ago?" I'm like, "Not until you just said it, but okay." You were thinking about this. You were thinking about telling me the whole time between the last time you saw me and now, weren't you?
He's very politically set in his ways. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I have very few ideals that are set in stone. I mean, unless if somebody can present me a different way of looking at a situation, I'll change it.
I'm providing you a differing way right now.
I love it.
There you go.
So, but it kind of brings me to something that I've been thinking about because I mean I'm a big podcast listener.
Yeah, you're
So-
getting your brain poisoned by these podcasts.
Well,
Yeah.
I like to
Take
listen
it
to
easy,
both
Joe Rogan
sides.
Jr.
You okay?
Actually, Joe Rogan's been really not great lately.
Really? Because he got in trouble with Spotify and they put the kibosh on him.
Yeah.
Or sometimes like, and maybe this is like was the whole thought behind ours, but like stuff's funny when you're just doing your thing, and when you got to try at it,
Yeah.
it hurts. Like, so if Joe Rogan's like, "Oh man, people haven't liked me lately, I should try."
Well, have you ever heard of the Nelk Boys on YouTube?
I'm not.
They're like a group. They started like a prank channel, and now they have now it's just have this huge infrastructure podcasting, and they have their own beer, and the guys are making fucking bank.
Dude, should we make our own beer?
We should do something to make our own bank.
We should make Three Guys in an Empty Comic Shop ass
Jock
wipes.
straps?
No.
And jock straps. Just stuff to go
Wait,
with balls and ass.
Not that I want to interrupt your thing about the Knox brothers or whatever, but you forgot to hashtag dude wipes.
I did. Fucking. What do you want to do? Crucify me?
No.
He's
How
telling
are
you
we?
should do it next time.
Yeah. How are we gonna get sponsored by dude wipes?
We're
if
not
you
gonna
don't
get
have-
spun. We
if
have
we-
fucking 3 people watch this
You
piece
got-
of shit.
But if you hashtag enough,
6 people watch the last cocksucking fucking thing.
I watched it 3 times, so I'm half the.
3 of the other ones are me, so it's
So
me and you
nobody
watching the
watched it.
fucker.
But what my point
that.
is, you gotta hashtag the next one so we get dude wipes on board. See how I mentioned dude wipes?
Dude,
7
wipes
times?
don't want 3 fat fucking jack-offs
We're
who
their-
fucking get no views.
We're their target audience right there.
So they're just gonna.
We're dudes and we wipe.
Yeah.
I wipe.
Sometimes.
You wipe all over town.
Yeah.
Wait.
Now
All
you
right,
make
so
me think about it sometimes when
Yeah.
I'm at places. I'm like, geez, can I hold
You
it?
talked about that. I was laughing.
So did all these knock.
Okay, the Nelk Boys.
Nelk.
No, boys on
Like
your
milk.
infrastructure
Like
beer.
Nelk.
Like milk.
Milk. It's like how Al or how
Bill calls me out.
Okay.
he's like, "Hey, Owl." Anyway, so they had Donald Trump. They're friends with Dana White. Dana White introduced him to Donald Trump. Donald Trump was on their podcast.
Oh, I saw that. Okay,
recently.
yeah.
So this
Was it recent?
Yeah.
it was
3
about a week ago.
Yeah.
2
Oh,
weeks
it's pretty
ago.
recent. Yeah.
Yeah.
So This really, really pisses me off.
Ooh.
And I don't want to make light of it because I think it's really fucking scary. So he was on there. They really said nothing inflammatory. It was really kind of just like
A conversation.
yeah, just how was it like being a president? Did you shit in the White House? Fucking blah blah blah.
Of course,
You know?
he's shit in the White House.
Have you shit in the White House?
Yeah, have you?
No, but
Probably just because he hasn't been in D.C. yet.
I've
That's
been,
his first
I've been
stop.
in D.C., but they wouldn't let me in the White House. Come on, look at me.
Snoop Dogg smoked a joint in the White House bathroom. He said.
Yeah, I heard that.
He's
That's
like
it.
the most famous smoker
Yeah.
ever. Of course they're going to let him smoke that.
So it's a very innocuous conversation.
Yeah, yeah.
YouTube bans the fucking podcast and gets it off the site.
Why?
Just
Because of
because
Trump?
Trump was in it?
Not because of Trump, per se.
Was it because of Jada?
It was through the disinformation because Trump had a throwaway line that the election was stolen. Like, listen, I'm not a Trump apologist. I'm not a Trump fan. But if
I
you
can
are,
agree to that. He's not a Trump fan.
yeah, if you are, I don't care. I mean, it doesn't make you a fucking shitbird. But
Shippers.
I'm in the camp of we have free speech in this country. That makes everything open, except for maybe fucking kids.
Right.
The deplorable shit.
Right.
But everything else, racism,
Well-
all that shit should be on fucking Front Street.
There's, people forget that free speech.
Doesn't include hate speech.
Well, true. But
No. Yes, it does. Free speech doesn't exclude
No, I mean,
anything.
In the
Right.
Constitution, free speech does have a hate speech clause.
So the similar problem was with Facebook and
Twitter.
Twitter banning him, but yet we still have ISIS still has a voice on.
Putin's still on Twitter?
Well,
Yeah, I think so.
You know what I really miss?
Hmm.
It's like, how do you fight ignorant speech? By discussion and kind of getting it out there. Because I think the more you kind of hide and get rid of dissenting thought, it goes underground and starts to get perverse and kind of blows up.
So you and I have talked about it for 2 years almost.
Yeah.
That we used to be able to have debate and conversation amongst people whether or not
You agree or disagree?
you agreed or disagreed. And for some reason, recently, it's become you really can't have a conversation with somebody unless they have exactly the same
Because
viewpoint.
there are some people that like that whole agree disagree thing doesn't work anymore. It's
Yeah.
like, this is what I believe. You can't convince
Well,
me
dude,
otherwise.
it starts from the
and
top.
I'm gonna die on this hill of
Yeah.
whatever my thought is.
It starts from the absolute top.
Started from the bottom, now we're here.
It's true, Drake style. But I mean, I think we're going down a very precarious road here where, because they make these rules for all these people that they like, okay? But what happens when somebody gets into power that you don't like? Well, then they have these same rules and they can shut down your speech. So it's really fucking crazily dangerous, and it bothers the fuck out of me, and I obsess on it because, with the kid coming, I'm just like, fuck, man.
I kind of feel like that's, how there's supposed to, because we don't really have it, but how they're supposed to have the whole separation between church and state thing? I feel like that's like, government should probably stay out of social media too. Like just like forums,
but that's
forums of public like debate and things.
That's true to a point, but
Yeah.
then you have social media itself acting as government.
But at the end
So
of
when
the day,
you-
they're businesses. They get to say what they want.
Yeah, but
Right,
they claim to be.
But they claim to be
Yeah.
nonpartisan.
companies,
Yeah.
But they also claim to be like nonpartisan.
Uh-huh.
But you can clearly see conservative viewpoints are being quashed, whereas a lot of so-called liberal stuff makes it through. And there's a question of, are they actually being fair and just with how they're doing that? Well, if the Nelk boys are getting kicked off of YouTube for one little line, I mean,
Dude, they're playing fast, and I really hate how Twitter comes out and says, well, we're a privately owned company. We don't have to let you on this site. Well, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
There's 4 major social media companies in this country, and they're the centerpiece for discourse. So if you're kicked off of one of them, you've lost a huge town square podium to speak your. I mean, he's not going on and saying, "Hey, go out and find black people and kill them," or go out and find an Asian person. He's like, no, he's just putting these innocuous things out that if you do some research, but like, I think that's why the Trump thing got so big, is because they tried so hard to shut this guy down that people who kind of were even on the fringe on the right just went headlong into conservatism just because they rally against all this other shit.
I think he's one of those people, like, again, whether you like him or you don't like him, I think a lot of people, if you really sit there and you look at this, might agree. We were just talking about the whole people that you can't have conversations with because they're gonna hold a viewpoint and not really be able to discourse about it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he's one of those people. Like, he has whatever views he has.
I don't think you're wrong at all. Yeah.
And like, if you said, here are things that you were saying, and here are the, this thing was right, but this thing isn't really quite the truth, and etc. And he would just kind of backpedal and say the same thing again.
And now you can literally say
it's kind of hard to like be for or against a guy like that, because it's like, okay, well, you're not even really talking to us. You're just like talking at us.
But, and he just says, if they have something against him,
say it.
Or they all do it. They're like, that's fake.
Fake news. Yeah,
it's just fake. So now you don't know where to look,
yeah,
what to trust, what to listen to. So now it's exhausting trying to get any news, because you have to go on this side, and then kind of dig your own canal halfway in the fucking middle.
Well, you know exactly where to go. You go listen to the Nelk Boys. You listen to the Three Guys in an Empty Comic Shop. You stop listening to the news and you just listen for entertainment.
Honestly, we should create our own news channel, and it should be called Just News. Read the story. Don't give me your fucking opinion. Say, hey, Putin killed 1,400 Ukrainians today. That's it. Well, I don't need your fucking 2 cents.
Walter Cronkite died. That's the problem.
Yeah, he was the go-to guy for that.
Yeah. And that's the way it was. Cause whatever his line was.
Well, you know what the weird thing is too, though. Like, and I've sat and I've watched like all the different news channels, and some people, and it's almost doesn't even matter what the channel is. It's kind of just the person who's talking. Some of them are like that. Some of them are just gonna say shit, and then other people are like, well, the thing I think about. Stop right there. I don't give a shit what you think. Just tell me.
And I also hate, 2 things on this. I hate people saying, well, I'm going to speak my truth. I go, fuck your truth. Speak the truth. I mean, unless it's an opinion about your family or something, then you can have, set things. But like Reuters came out, they did a poll, and they said the number was staggering, that like 76% of people that post articles on Facebook, 76% of those people hadn't read the article that they posted about. That's an insane number.
I was in the 24% in an article I shared yesterday.
Were you?
Yeah.
You actually read it?
Yeah.
What was the article on?
The shows that the CW.
Oh, that's right. I read your post. You're a shit poster on Facebook. It's just stream of consciousness horse shit.
Well, I mean, that's kind of what social media is supposed to be.
Fair enough.
You come up with
you're supposed to tell people how good your life is.
Yeah.
How much money you make, how good your food is, and what kind of awesome, high-end car that you drive.
I mean, I can do some of those things.
And look at my watch.
Speaking of that, can we all acknowledge for a second how you were having like a bro boner over
what was up
the watches? So before we started the episode, our last customer in the door.
Is nothing fucking sacred anymore?
No. The last customer who walked in had this like super clunky big watch, and Ryan's like, "Is that a Leica M7 whatever?" And the dude's like, "Yeah." And they
he was totally not into it. He's like, "I don't fucking know, bro."
Yeah, but like you were like, "Oh my god."
Why do you guys wear a watch?
I mean, I like watches.
Why?
Yeah, but yours has a dual purpose.
Yeah, mine's a smartwatch.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I guess it's just a thing.
So you like going like this?
Steps.
I do. I like
calls.
when I'm working and I'm.
You can't go like this?
No.
When I'm working,
I definitely can't.
I keep my phone in my pocket.
My phone's in a
confiscated.
Yeah.
Really? Literal click locker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I can look at it when I'm like taking a crapper on lunch.
You can't do the crocodile Dundee thing.
We all don't live the fucking life of Riley, Al. We can just constantly just, fucking A, bro.
So did we do anything with comics this week?
I did.
What did you do?
Here we are, 20 minutes into the video.
We're just talking about that Chip
Oh, yeah.
Zdarsky Happy Horse shit.
Oh yeah, so our shop. I don't know if other shops do this, but we make like a sign-up sheet every month for the stuff to sign up for, so that way you're not coming in the day of the comic and being like, "Hey, can I?"
No,
have
you
this?"
don't. I've never seen this list. I don't think
It's on the front
Are
counter.
you out of your mind?
You
this
don't
list
look.
doesn't exist.
Well, because you like walk around the list. You're like,
Yeah, you
This
don't
is
even
what
pay
I-
attention
Oh, I
to the
walk
list.
around the list, eh?
yeah, you're like,
Like,
I'm
no.
invited around the list,
Like-
fucker.
you're
Like,
like,
literally,
Cubs
you
win.
walk past the
Here's what I
list.
want.
Yeah.
They're like, those guys are going to Disney World. Here's my list of comics.
And you
What
come
about
in,
Chip Zdarsky? Fuck.
He's doing a new comic that comes out in June called Public Domain about like a hero who's, I don't know, it's like him. He's like he's like the Superman of his world, but
and
like
his kids are.
his
yeah.
kids
Don't
are
want
like
anything to do with it.
jockeying for like his superhero title because it's like public domain. I don't
Oh.
know. Yeah.
He
What's
looks
his
good. He's
what's his
writing
name?
and drawing it.
Huh?
The
I don't know if
domain
you've
or
seen it.
something.
Yeah, I think it is the domain.
Captain Domain?
Yeah, pretty
The
much.
domain.
What would your superhero name be?
Captain Clonicus.
You just give people enemas or colonics all the time?
No, I mean my superpowers are derived by having a colonic every day.
What superpowers do you get?
You know-
Projectile shitting across nations?
Sure, I was gonna say you get the normal gamut of like strength, like flying, whatever.
What do you does you shit so hard it propels you into the air?
No, there's something in the colonic that's like giving me the power. You can only do it in the butt though.
I really want to get a colonic. I heard you
I
like
totally just made all that shit up. I
you
don't
can
know
eat
what
a
I did.
carrot. You can like a carrot will come out of your asshole that you ate when you were like second grade.
Jesus Christ!
You've
I don't
been
know about
listening to Robin Quivers too much.
I did, yeah.
that. No,
I was raised by Howard Stern. That's why I'm so fucking.
you're the
I
worst.
told you we used to go home, watch the Channel 9 show, and then go back out.
Nice.
What would your superhero name be, Al? Captain Dudewipe?
Captain Dude White.
I thought that was taken by you.
Yeah, what are you gonna be?
The tripod.
What's that mean?
Figure it out.
There's one right there.
Something similar to that.
Where?
So
Fuck you!
what is
Al's getting all flustered.
so? In doing the signups, we also went through the DC Connect that came out,
DC, Marvel,
Yeah.
we do it all.
and there wasn't a single book in the DC Connect that I would buy, except
Really?
for DC Killer, 100 Killers or whatever.
Oh, the DC
Yeah.
vampires, killers. I don't
Oh,
know.
that sounds good.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a one shot or a mini within a mini or what.
Did you see that DMZ book is getting optioned?
It's on
we started
HBO.
watching the show.
Oh, is it? It's out
Yeah.
already?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah, we mentioned it last time.
Yeah, we
I'm out
talked
of
about
it.
it last
Did
time.
we?
That's the
Yeah.
one with
Oh, I thought we talked about Rogues.
Yeah, Rosario Dawson.
Rosario Dawson's on it.
Oh, that's
And then we
right.
talked about how she's typecast because she's always a medic.
Always.
And she's a medic in this too.
She wasn't a medic in Clerks too. She was a fast food manager.
Excuse me, she was a medic for Dante's prostate. Thank you.
Okay. We'll accept that answer.
Is there anything good coming down the pipeline from Marvel?
Yeah.
Because like literally, dude, I just could
Comics?
not give two shits about
Um,
anything like
Marvel. I feel like of the two companies, Marvel always puts out way more than DC, like new number ones every month.
Yeah. We got
Whether
the
they're actual titles or like one shots or
Yeah.
whatever.
we got the Avengers
Oh, mech whatever too.
No, the other one. The Avengers Eternals, the X-Men.
Oh, Axe.
Yeah,
It's called
Axe.
Axe. Avengers, X-Men, Eternals. It's the whatever the prelude to that, the Eve of Destruction.
Yeah.
Oh,
So like the Eternals. Oh, so the premise is the Eternals are like, wait a minute, the X-Men are immortal now. We got to check this out because we're supposed to be the only immortals here. And then inevitably, we're sure that the Avengers are gonna like come to play like Peacekeeper, and they're all just gonna like.
do you guys like the Eternals books ever?
I think
I don't know if I've ever read an Eternals where I was like, yeah, fucking A, that was great.
I'm gonna be 100% honest. I think the Eternals were their last-minute replacement for the Inhumans, because remember how hard they were pushing A versus or whatever X versus Inhumans and whatever, and then the show bombed, and now like the Inhumans are like the redheaded stepchildren that don't exist anywhere.
Dude, that last Inhumans run, the Death of the Inhumans.
Yeah, they
That
died.
was fucking good. No,
And-
Black Bolt died.
But I'm saying like,
And Lockjaw died, which I
Yeah.
fucking shed
yeah,
a tear.
and they're gone. But like they're not in anything right now. Like
Well,
they've just been like scrubbed clean.
technically.
Oh, what you got?
Well, no, not that I'm a comic nerd or anything, but they're
Johnny Storm still dating Medusa?
no, the Inhumans came from their
Eternals.
they're mutated through the
Kree.
the Kree
Yeah.
mutation through the tetrogen gas, right?
Yeah.
So technically, those stupid Black Bolt is a mutant. So can he be regenerated from Krakoa?
I don't know. Maybe that's what they'll
Oh
do
my
someday.
god,
Maybe.
I've got douche
Oh.
chills. That was so incredibly nerdy.
All right. So, do
Dude,
you
I can't
know?
help it.
Do you know what's going on with the X-Men over the last like 2 years or whatever? So they took over the island of Krakoa.
Oh
right?
yes, I
Yeah.
do know that.
And then they created a system of immortality. They've got like 5 mutants. It's a regeneration machine. Like one like rebirths the body and does this and puts your consciousness back in and all that.
Yeah.
So it's just like nobody can really die anymore. Like you die, but you don't stay dead. If you're a
Because they'll
mutant.
bring you back.
So it's kind of like they've beaten death. And if we know anything about the X-Men, they never stay on top for long.
No.
Somebody's always trying to shit
Well,
on them.
eventually, Apocalypse or some
Apocalypse.
freaking-
Well, that's the thing though. Like everybody and their mother is on Krakoa.
Yeah.
Apocalypse is on the Quiet Council, which is like the thing that like rules.
I'm
the
an
end.
Omega Red guy myself.
But eventually,
you should read
somebody's
that new Wolverine book.
I got it today.
The Lives and Deaths.
Yeah.
Well, Omega Red's like the main antagonist.
That number, the number one that came out this week.
no,
No,
that's
no.
Patch.
No. That's you think that Patch.
Oh, okay.
No. That like the 2 5-issue minis, but that was
Oh,
really
yeah.
should have been one time.
Yeah,
Omega Red went back in time and he was trying to kill Professor X before he could ever form the X-Men. And
Oh, that's
Wolverine had to go and stop him and be like, "Yo, you a bitch, and your whole family's a bitch."
Shit.
And he like pulled them by the ponytail back to the present. And then the main villain actually ended up being a Wolverine from the future who was absorbed by the Phalanx.
But you know what's funny? I grabbed my Marvel books this week.
Yeah.
I was like, man, this feels odd. Feels like
Like?
it feels like the inside of a cat's asshole. The paper.
yeah. No, the paper
It feels like wet paper mache dick heads.
they.
I don't know anything about this.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
There was like 3 or 4 Marvel books, and they changed the paper.
It's like grainy.
It's
and-
like
Probably
it's,
recycled.
it's super thin, and I don't know if it's a result of them trying to cut costs to keep the price at $3.99, or if it was paper shortage and that's what they had to use, or what.
I wonder how that'll affect the longevity of the book. Like if it'll like last.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. I was like, because those books from the 60s and 70s seem like they'd weather better than this paper does.
Yeah.
Well, everything that's old is great.
I love newsprint. I honestly wish they'd print more comics on it.
Does any
expensive.
company use it?
No,
Yeah.
what was that one they did the $1.99 comics? Dan used to get them. It was like a monster book.
Yeah, it was some weird like one-off. I was getting some of those books too.
And they were cheap, and they were printed on newsprint.
They're like $2 books, and they're maybe
What's
like
that paper called?
20
Like
pages.
pulp paper?
Yeah,
Or...
newsprint pulp.
Yeah,
They used
okay.
to call it rag. But
Rag.
I wish they would print more stuff on it, because I hate this new paper, because I'm sitting there reading it, and it's probably because I'm old. You're looking at the paper and there's a glare on it, so you move it over like this, now you get a glare over here. Just give me newsprint, don't have no glare.
That's what I like about the DC Prestige books, because they're just like, they're $5.99 or but it's like substantial and they're,
Yeah. Go back to Morby for a second here. So I know you said you were more excited because it's Marvel over DC, even if it's crappy Marvel. Do you have any affinity for the character? Have you like ever read anything with him in it?
Not really. The
Do
last
you know his story?
Sure. Yeah, the last Morbius kind of introduction I had, the last time I read Morbius was when he was in that last Domino run, which was fucking fantastic.
That's Domino.
3 years ago, 2 years ago.
Yeah, they had great covers on them.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
that run.
Like the one where he was like in Brooklyn, he had a hoodie on.
No, they were abducting. I forget. It's been so long, but they were abducting vampires trying to get this new mutagen
Yeah.
for like.
I don't. Maybe it was the run before, but I totally remember like it was like a 99% or 1%er type thing. And it was like Morbius like in a hoodie in Brooklyn or something.
Because I think Domino doesn't get as much love as she deserves. I love that character. She's kind of quirky and funny. Like
Oh, you're
Deadpool.
talking the actual Domino book that you're trying to
Yes.
describe
No,
like
I'm sorry,
a creator or artist.
No.
So Morbius was in the Domino
Yeah.
book?
Yep.
Oh, okay, I don't know.
And he was like, because he's kind of like an anti-hero, but a lot of the times he's the bad. but he was kind of like the anti-hero in that one, kind of helping and kind of
Yeah.
playing both sides. But that's a great run. If anybody's looking for a recommendation, the Domino Run.
Who did that? Was this Gail? That was Gail Simone.
I think it was, yeah. And then
What's she coming out with? There's something in the DC Connect that she was in.
No, grab it.
what else did Gail Simone write
I mean,
recently?
her biggest claim to fame for me was New 52 Batgirl. So it was like
I never read that.
that was good. It was like her
Yeah?
bringing. It was like
I love those covers.
so they off screen were like, hey, so Barbara Gordon's been in a wheelchair for like ever, and Wayne Enterprises just came up with like a way to like an experimental thing to like refuse her spine. She's back out in the world being Batgirl.
Oh,
Yeah.
that reminds me. Quickly to interrupt.
Yeah.
I'm super excited for Morbius because of Michael Keaton.
Oh yeah, the 2 seconds we get him as Vulture.
But you don't know. It could be a little bit.
So this movie is kind of in a weird place continuity wise. Right.
When does it take place exactly?
I don't know when it takes place. I think we've come to the conclusion that it's in the same universe as Tom Hardy Venom, right? Because like they make mention of like that shit that happened in San Francisco
I
or
don't know.
whatever. We know they have a Spider-Man in their universe. We don't know who their Spider-Man is.
Yeah, because there was a poster in the
Oh, so
subway.
it could be
Yeah.
Fucko McGee or the other ass clown there.
It could be anybody.
It
Yeah.
could be one of
We
three.
know
or it could
it's
be
not.
fourth.
We know it's not main. It's not like main Marvel.
Yeah.
It's like the
See,
separate universe.
Now, if Sony was really smart,
Yeah.
they'd red herring us all, and they'd have it be Miles Morales.
That would be cool, but the poster thing that they
I
showed
know, they already
was
showed it.
red blue.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean shit because Miles Morales, like in the comics, picks up after Peter when Peter dies.
Yeah, because his first suit was red black, right? The original Miles Morales suit.
Yeah, no.
Well, red
first-
black's his normal. Maybe he put on the Peter clothes first,
I
and
think
then
you put on,
decided I got to make it my own.
Yeah.
So that wouldn't be totally surprising. Or shit, maybe they have a Peter and they lose him, and that's a great way to introduce Miles.
Ooh, that would be cool too.
But that's the question though. Does Sony have their hands on Miles Morales, or is
I
that a
don't know.
Marvel thing? Because they had Miles Morales' uncle in the Tom Holland movies.
Well, the way all that shit splits out, like, does Sony? So, like, is
Sony-
Disney and Marvel proper X-Men now?
Yes.
And FF?
Yes.
Okay.
The only thing is Sony owns the
And the
rights.
two can't cross, right?
What, X-Men and FF? Or
Sony
Marvel?
and Disney.
They do. They have them. So all those Tom Holland movies, when you watch them, they say they're Sony produced right when they start.
But Marvel.
But also Marvel. So what they do, right? Is Sony's fucking smart, right? Sony's the last holdout. They own Spider-Man, and the majority of his characters, I'm assuming, I don't know where they cut the line
Who's
off.
got the Hulk in Namor, though?
That is Universal owns the
Yeah.
rights to Solo Hulk and Solo Namor.
Get the fuck out
Yeah,
of here.
That's why the last Hulk movie
Garby.
was 14 years ago.
Straight Garby.
I enjoyed it.
I liked it too.
Yeah.
It was alright. It was
but-
the one with the dogs,
But
right?
so they
There
made,
was no comic book villains.
so they're no, it was Abomination.
Fuck comic book villains.
Yeah,
I was
didn't they
being
have the
sarcastic.
Oh, I thought you were saying that there was no villain from the comic books.
Wasn't
Oh,
there?
God, no. Fuck.
Didn't they have the dogs in it?
The dogs.
The Gamma dogs.
No, that was the,
The one before?
David Bana
That's
one.
the Banner
Oh.
one. That one we don't talk about.
That one was
that was
bad.
your David Bana, right?
Yeah.
Or Mark Bana, or
No.
Eric.
Oh, Eric.
Eric Bana.
Yeah. So anyway, getting back to the Sony thing, right? So they have like all the Spider characters in their stable. Apparently, there's a Silk show coming from Amazon because Sony doesn't have their own streaming platform, so they're developing it and distributing it that way. Craven comes out next January.
Dude, are we reaching the high water mark for comic book shows?
Yeah.
I think it's great.
I had another. I mean, so you saw my rant on Facebook about my DC thing, right? This week.
I didn't read it because I hate DC shows, but
Okay.
Why?
I don't know.
So this is
the reason I don't like the CW shows is because,
they're kind of teeny bopper for you.
well, not only that, but 99 times out of 100, it seems the first episode's going to be gangbusters and it's going to have great production value and
Like, I
great
watched-
special effects.
Yeah.
And then you go, oh, I'm going to tune in next time for like it looks like it was filmed in my basement. Better than this.
Flash, I always watch shows because I don't watch any TV, but I watch it through osmosis from my wife watching it. So
Sure.
I caught a good amount of Flash. I thought that was decent.
This week's?
No, I'm talking
ever.
first couple seasons.
Yeah.
She watched Arrow for a while. I thought that was pretty decent.
So now,
You should watch Smallville a lot.
so on that note, so My whole rant was it's
I was like fucking 6.
usually Lana, Atlanta, or whatever her name is.
Did you see that one chick, the blonde, who was Clark's friend there, was like in charge of the Nexium sex cult?
Sex cult, yeah.
No,
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
what
cool,
was her fucking name?
Oh, I can't remember.
I don't know.
What the?
But so CW did their upfronts where they like say, okay, these shows are for sure getting renewed or for sure getting canceled. CW has six DC shows right now, right? They renewed 2 of them, and the other 4 are on the bubble.
What are the bubble boys?
So Flash and Superman and Lois both got the for sure you're coming back. Flash actually has now beat out Arrow.
Dude, what season are they in?
Flash
6?
will be coming back for 9.
Wow.
So they just beat out Arrow, so we should now be calling it the Flashverse. And then Superman and Lois will be season 3. Legends of Tomorrow, which I think should for sure get renewed.
And that's the one with.
They just added Booster Gold at
Gold.
the end of last season. Like in the finale, Booster Gold's in the last episode of last season.
Did they have a?
It was the guy from Scrubs too.
Yeah. Did they have
Super
a blue
funny.
Blue Beetle?
No, but
So that would be great if they got
Yeah.
whatchamacallit as Blue
Dude,
Beetle.
I just had an amazing idea.
What?
What was that Seth Rogen movie where he played the Green Emerald? Not Green Emerald.
Green Hornet?
Yeah,
No.
that's a DC property, right?
No.
No.
Oh, it's not?
Dynamite.
Ah.
Yeah, he's like a solo guy.
It'd be amazing if they could kind of.
Good. I mean, they
Never
could,
mind.
They could introduce him to somebody else.
A buddy
Like
of mine
someone-
has a way to connect Zorro,
Green Hornet,
Green Hornet,
Lone Ranger.
and Lone Ranger.
What do you mean he has a way to
I
connect?
mean, they're all Dynamite comics at this point.
No,
too.
but they're all the. I'd have to get them
They're
on
in the same
horn.
universe.
Are we
they're
talking
all
about
the
like
sa-
Frankenstein shit?
No, they're all the same universe, so they're all related somehow.
Is Shadow in there too?
I don't know if the Shadow's in there.
Shadow started as DC.
What?
What about the Phantom?
Yeah, some of Frank's earliest comics I sold were DC Shadows.
I'm sorry, sir, but you are incorrect because
You are wrong, sir.
the Shadow started off as pulps.
Okay.
Lev Gleason, I believe, owned the rights to them.
Ever heard of a little thing called pulps, fucker?
They're before comics.
Nice.
Yeah.
Ever
I
heard
like
of stuff before comics?
So wait though,
Yeah.
if they were before comics, then it means that it was still the first time it was a comic.
In
DC.
comics,
It
yes,
was
DC.
BC, not AC.
Yeah.
How about AC/DC?
Oh,
So the other 3 bubble shows. So Legends is I really think should come back for at least one more. Wrap up with Blue, whatever Beetle.
you watch
and-
all these shows?
We'll get
That's
to
why you can't sleep.
Yeah, that's why I can't say. Naomi, I haven't watched. I could care less if it.
There's a Naomi show?
What's
Yeah.
up with this then?
Yeah, I could care whether that show comes or goes.
See, I like that there's like a strong black female lead that's represented.
Well, the third bubble show is a strong black female lead, which is probably better than that. It was Batwoman. That's actually a pretty decent show.
Right?
And then the last one is Stargirl, which was really great when it was on it was the DC app,
DC app.
DC Universe.
Yeah.
Is that what it was? It was the first season of that was great, and then when it hit CW, it got a little bit teeny boppery, which is funny because it was already a teen show, but it didn't have that same feel that they all do.
Yeah, I mean, I it's just.
I'm just waiting for Archie Anderson and Betty and Veronica to show
Now
up.
that fucking show, Riverdale,
That
is an
got
abomination
renewed.
from fucking the depths of hell.
It got
That
renewed.
fucking show sucks my fucking grundle.
Mrs. Grundy?
That
the
fucking
teacher?
show sucks balls.
I've never seen it.
Say different.
I've never watched it because I'm a grown-up man.
I also haven't seen it.
I watch it when my wife. I walk by
Grundle?
and there's a 10th grader who's running a restaurant and then leaves to go run his motorcycle gang. I'm like, what fucking world are we living in?
A pretty
And
great
it's
one.
fucking Jughead. Are you supposed to be sucking down cheeseburgers, or am I getting these things mixed up?
No, I think Jughead is a cheeseburger.
Yeah, so get the
Yeah.
fuck out of here, Jughead, you fat fuck.
Well, he's never been fat. He's like
He
that.
wasn't fat?
No.
No, he just
You're
always.
thinking Wimpy from Popeye.
Yeah,
I gotta ask
Jug-
Archie Brad.
but
Yes.
Jughead,
Get Archie Brad on the hotline.
we had him.
I want to
today.
know about How Caverns right fucking now. Call Archie Brad.
Did you know he called one day and bitched at me because How Caverns, he was very disappointed with How Caverns?
Oh, why? Why do we care?
I said to him, I go, Brad, do you realize I run a comic shop?
What do you say?
He goes, "Well, I just have to get these things off my. You do a better one. I have to get these off my chest."
You see, Al, I figured I would tell you because you're from the valley and you know these things.
Where does this guy live?
I don't know. I don't
want to know.
Okay, so the other
this
shows.
is one of our disgruntled customers who not disgruntled. He's gruntled, but
he's very gruntled.
Any person that calls every day to ask about Archie comic books is disgruntled.
Yeah. So those are the 4 bubble shows: the Naomi, the Legends, the Batwoman, and Stargirl. There's 2 spin-off shows which are starting. So we've got Justice U. Do you remember Diggle from Green Arrow?
I do not.
He was like Arrow's black sidekick in the show.
Okay.
His bodyguard. So he's gonna run.
Didn't he have a little crossbow thing?
He had like a little suit with like a biker helmet.
I'm not going for the crossbow.
No.
At any time.
So anyway, they're giving him a
Yeah.
Professor Xavier school, and he's gonna run a school of metas in the Arrowverse.
Sound kind of like Strange Academy.
Yeah,
Which is fucking fantastic. Are you reading that?
Untrade you.
No.
Hater.
No, I'm not a hater. I just.
And then the last show, which I'm admittedly like on the fence about, but he told me about a casting for the show that I'm gonna have to watch it, and actually maybe it'll convince your wife. So, do you recall the upcoming video game Gotham Knights?
Yep.
So they're making a show on the CW called Gotham Knights, which has no relation to the game, and it's gonna be one of the Robins. We don't know which one. Is going to be leading a team of the children of villains in Gotham, right? Like, so I guess a couple of the villains are kids.
And Robin's leading the team?
Robin's leading the team because
it's a good team.
These kids are accused of killing Batman.
So it's got to be like some Young Justice half-assed thing.
Yeah,
probably.
but the Harvey Dent of the show is Misha Collins, a.k.a. Castiel. So the on paper premise is kind of like
he's Harvey Dent.
He's Harvey Dent. So I gotta watch it.
Before or after the accident?
We have no idea.
They should get Carrie Ellis or whatever the fuck his name is right now.
Well, Carrie Ellis, you get your whatever your money for somebody saying your name.
You know what? I'd just like to interrupt this discussion with we're talking a lot about DC shows. Yeah. So I'd just like to do a little preview of an upcoming podcast we're going to be having.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
My friend.
We don't know when yet, but.
A star of stage and screen, my buddy Cameron, has recently just moved out of New York City back into the area, and he did some parts on Gotham. He did a whole bunch of other acting stuff. So he's worked with John Barenthal and all these guys. He's telling me all kinds of stories. So
who was he in Gotham?
Killer Croc.
Leonard Strill? Remember when they were in God, what the fuck is the name of the Gotham prison? Arkham. And they had like a riot. He was the dude with the shark teeth kinda. I can't remember the name of the character.
I was gonna say, because that's probably not Killer Croc. Killer Croc was Waylon Jones.
Yeah, it was Alan Strict or something. I'm totally fucked.
Maybe he's like a B-list Batman villain.
Yeah, he'll be able to explain it though.
Yeah, he totally should.
Yeah, so I thought that was kind of cool.
Oh my god, you could tell us how B.D. Wong was. He was Dr. What was his name?
B.D. Wong?
Yeah, he was.
You mean the doctor from Jurassic Park?
No, I mean the guy who was on Law and Order SVU for years.
Same guy.
Yeah. Oh, was that?
Same guy,
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I've seen Jurassic Park like once.
What?
Once, as a kid.
What?
Jurassic Park. I stopped seeing it.
I know we're talking about Jurassic Park.
Yeah, but I don't remember B.D. Wong from that. I mean, you freaking ask me about somebody from Jurassic Park, let's talk about Samuel L. Jackson or, what's his name?
My guy.
Knight?
My guy.
Huh?
You've only seen, just through osmosis and walking down the street in the mid-2000s, you'd see Jurassic Park 75,000 times.
No.
You've only seen Jurassic Park one time?
Yeah.
Fucking
Something wrong with you.
Yeah, you're a millennial fuckstick.
I could have said I've seen it 0 times.
How many times have you seen Jurassic Park 3?
Once.
How about the newest Jurassic Park?
Lost World?
Not the new one, but the reboot one.
Dominion or whatever. The one with Chris Pratt.
Yeah, like that first one with Chris Pratt. I thought that was fucking awesome.
What about the second one?
Second one's okay. The third one looks really good.
Fallen Kingdom, I think the second one was called.
Yeah.
They're fine. I mean, I like Chris Pratt. I like the blue Velociraptor there. Blue.
Yeah, like, dude, I'm super excited for all these Marvel movies. Like, Guardians is gonna be fan-fucking-tastic.
Oh,
or
so-
Thor. You know.
So we had Guardians 2 on today, right? We were watching it in the shop. And,
What are your thoughts on Guardians 2?
That's great.
As good as the first? Because I almost like it a little better. I know that's not the
Well, yeah,
real...
no, because it's like Spider-Man 2 where you just hop right into the action without all the
True.
lead-up bullshit.
But they really needed an intro to those characters.
So they did, for
Yeah.
sure. But, no, it was great. We get to rewatch that, and then, like, I thought to myself, wait a minute. We get the holiday special this year. Because the holiday special for Guardians of the Galaxy was filmed back-to-back with Thor 4.
Is it going to be like the Star Wars holiday special that you can't fucking find anywhere?
Dude, it's
Probably
fucking...
not as good.
It's James Gunn. We got all the characters. It's live action. What the, we got
I
nothing.
thought James Gunn was canceled.
He uncanceled himself.
I know.
Yeah.
One of the very few that
Yeah.
got away with that.
He's like, I'm canceled? No, you're fucking canceled.
Well, no, you know who really said that and really, like, Marvel has them to thank for this? DC. DC said, you know,
Yes,
we'll
that's
give
true.
you a chance when no one else will. And then when he started making, when he started working on Suicide Squad, Marvel's like, all right, maybe we fucked up.
Speaking of live action movies, I was perusing the hot list today,
Yeah.
and I saw
That
that
was like last week's news, buddy.
Voltron.
Yeah.
Oh, Voltron's coming out with like a live action like movie like
Yeah.
what was that movie done by the dude who did Hellboy with the
Guillermo del Toro?
yeah, the big
Yeah.
robot
Yeah.
movie. Dude, my brain is fucking
You mean
shot.
Pacific Rim?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
Uprising?
it's gonna be like
Hmm.
that.
Yeah.
That could be really
It could
good.
be. It could be good. It could be bad.
I was a
So-
Voltron addict when I was a kid.
So I distinctly remember two different Voltrons.
Oh boy.
And I had to bring this up with an expert about it because I remember the lions combining, but I also remember these vehicles that combined into a giant robot that was Voltron. And he explained that there's actually in Japan they had multiple
Versions of Voltron.
versions of it, and when whoever brought it over, Bandai or whoever, I can't remember, when they brought it over as just Voltron.
Because Voltron had the plane on the chest too, right? The ship that landed right on his
That's
chest.
the car
The
ones.
blue ship.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was like the American version.
yeah. But they came out with like overseas. They had 3 different shows that were called totally different things.
Right.
And when they got the rights to them, they just brought them over and said, "This is fucking Voltron."
How old were you during the Voltron like zeitgeist?
I don't know.
Young, though?
Yeah.
I was dead.
Dude, remember the Voltron toys, like the big joints with all the pieces?
Yeah.
Dude, toys used to be so fucking
Yeah.
amazing.
My-
Like when you would go in, you see Voltron, He-Man,
My buddy's got
Thundercats.
all these things at his house.
The Voltron
Yeah.
toys?
You know,
He's got the Power Ranger ones too. He
Yeah.
gave me one.
you know the Seinfeld episode where he goes to the girl's house and he's got the toys and he's playing.
Oh,
with
yeah,
it, and he drugs her with the turkey. And the
yeah,
That-
tryptophan.
You've never seen that Seinfeld?
No.
It's like, but his house is like that.
Oh,
He's
wow.
got everything. Everything.
So they
you
had
could- yeah.
at the other local comic shop that's no longer existing. They had a Voltron, the old school Voltron, new in box. So I was like, oh my god! I was like,
How much?
I'm gonna get this. I don't care what the
They
price
wanted
is.
like $42,000 for it, didn't they?
I think it was $2,100.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll pay $500 for this thing. So I'm thinking it'll probably be a couple, 300-400. And they hit me with that. I'm like,
Layaway?
I just can't. I
Yeah.
can't justify
Yeah.
over a certain.
Yeah. Like when you can buy small cars.
Yeah.
When you can buy a lemon car.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just couldn't justify that. So also on the hot list,
Yeah.
I saw that all that Venom Null stuff is going through the fucking roof.
Yeah.
Like the last Venom run.
Yeah. All the like
Well, it was already high.
King in Black.
Yeah, but it's going
even,
up
even
again.
crazier.
Like that
Yeah.
that first appearance of Null is already like $300. Like that number 9 or
I
something.
sold that last run for somebody. And I think I got $5 or $5.50.
Yeah, didn't somebody just give you that whole run?
You know, he gets something for it.
Oh, okay. Still, that's a fantastic Venom run.
Yeah.
Maybe the best ever, as far as I'm except for the original.
Lethal Protector.
No, like the original Spidey shit.
McFarlane.
Yeah.
So I went and saw 2 movies last night, and one was decent, and one was really good. So the
Did you
decent.
go see the Dinklage Fuckfest again?
No, that's already on digital. I don't have to. So I went and saw that. Did you see the commercials for that Sandra Bullock, Channing Tatum movie, The Lost City?
Yeah.
I swear I thought that was on Netflix.
During
It's
the
a
Super Bowl, I saw
It's a
it.
Netflix production. Then
Paramount again.
telling you, Netflix has something to do with it.
You're having like a Netflix fever dream here.
Should
So
be.
it's she's an author. He's her cover model. Daniel Radcliffe, Harry Potter, decides to kidnap them because he thinks that something in her book is actually real. He's like, "You've stumbled onto the way to find the Fire Crown, and I must insist that you help me continue to find it." And he like kidnaps her. It's decently funny, like better than your average rom-com, but not like
You
the best.
paid to go see that movie in a theater?
Define paid.
Did you give some form of currency? A handy in the back room?
I did not hand anybody any money yesterday for the movies I watched. No.
He did it over his phony rap.
Dude, why
Nope,
the fuck
nope,
would
I-
you
nope.
waste your time seeing that abomination
I have
trash? fest?
Regal Unlimited, so I can see as many movies as I want without having to pay any time I go to see the movie. I pay for the service. But,
So you don't have to pay for Morbius?
we don't have Regal here. I had to drive to Syracuse to go to that.
Oh.
If
So you
I-
even drove to Syracuse to see that fucking shit?
I had other reasons for wanting to go to Syracuse.
What, there's a broad out there you're fucking?
I was selling cards.
Same thing.
I sold cardboard crack and I made money for it.
What'd you sell, magic shit?
Mm-hmm. I walked away with a couple hundo.
How many packs of the new fucking horse shit did you open?
Too many.
I
Although
was listening back and Al was just reiterating
Yeah.
all the names of magic. I was like, dude, you're slipping. You're losing
Yeah.
your fucking mind.
I
You're
was
like,
loving
oh,
it.
he's like, this is the Coven. That's a black spider, double tap land, 3
Yeah,
ramen,
just
1
his
half.
nipple.
You're starting to get there too.
And then he started talking about Juju Jaijan or whatever the fuck
Oh,
it was.
Jujutsu
Yeah.
Kaisen.
Yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen.
Juju Jaijan or whatever the fuck it is. Ramen 1 half
Yeah.
manual.
So anyway, the Sandy B Channing Tatum one's like a 3-star movie, but then the one I saw after that blew me away. I don't know why it was so good. It's called The Outfit, right? It's set in 1956 Chicago with this like British tailor, who all the people coming in and out of his tailor shop, they're doing business. He doesn't know what you're doing, but you might be doing something shady.
Is it a Guy Ritchie movie?
No, but it felt like it should have been.
Ooh.
Like the music, the everything, it had that feel. And like one night, one of the mob guys drags in another one with a bullet in his gut, and like he's like, "You gotta help us, English, and like you gotta sew him up, and you gotta do this and that." And there's like a murder mystery thing going on. There's like
Who's in this movie?
a bunch of nobodies. The only name guy I recognized was like the Don of one of them, and I'll have to look on the Magic Internet box after to see who he was. He was definitely in something, but everybody else was like, I don't know who the fuck these people are.
Where'd you go see it? Destiny?
Yes.
Huh.
But that was like a 5-star movie. There was like mystery, there was intrigue,
No
there
shit.
was death. Yeah, and by the end, it's just like the guy, the tailor guy, isn't anything like what you think he was.
I got a fucking big question for you.
Yeah.
Knives Out. Did you see it?
Yeah, that was
First
a good,
one?
Yeah.
Thoughts? You
5
like it?
5 stars.
Me
yeah.
too. 5 stars. Okay. Did you watch the second one?
There's not a second one as far as I know.
Oh, I thought there was a sequel.
They're working on it.
Oh, they're working on it?
So
Yeah.
Netflix, that's a Netflix thing.
Because they gave
Rian Johnson, they signed him for like a 5-movie deal or
No,
something.
but they also are
Daniel
gonna pay.
Craig.
Yeah, they're gonna pay ex James Bond like $72 jillion for it.
But like they're gonna be Netflix movies, so hopefully they're still good quality.
I mean, because I liked Bright. Everybody else hated
I love
that.
Bright.
What other Netflix?
I honestly don't think Will Smith can make a bad movie, but I know he has.
I can't think of any.
Yeah, that one with his kid.
Pursuit of Happiness?
No.
Come on, that was good.
Yeah, that's
No.
sad.
The one with his kid where they're coming back to Earth and the spaceship crashes.
Oh, yeah,
one
that
horse
was
shit.
real
I
fucking
never
bad.
saw that.
That was not worth seeing.
You know which one though? Actually, as we started naming Will Smith movies, you know what one I saw that could have been better? That Gemini Man one. That was cool on paper, but
Isn't that what we're talking about?
No.
nah, Gemini Man was the one where like he's like an ex-assassin, and then they like clone him but younger, because that's like the only way
Oh,
you get a better
oh
assassin.
yeah. I didn't see that.
That on paper was good, but like the execution wasn't the greatest.
I watched.
Because then at the end of the
Maybe
movie,
on toilet paper it was good,
Yeah.
but it looked like shit from
at the end of the
jump.
movie, they sent the clone to like college because like, hey, they got him out of the hitman life. We want you to be a real boy.
Oh,
It was just like-
Jesus
I'm like, really?
Christ.
I watched a Will Smith movie last night called Collateral Beauty. I think it's a great movie. That's a 6-star
Didn't he
movie.
suck some dude's dick in Legend of Bagger Vance?
Never seen it.
That could be a fever dream.
I mean, I know that movie exists,
Seriously?
but
I just have dreams about Will Smith S&D.
Man, am I gonna
Fresh
have to?
Prince.
Am I gonna have to name
Oh,
the?
did you see the reboot for that fucking show? That really pisses me the fuck off.
No, he's involved with it, so I was cool with it.
He's involved.
I haven't watched it.
Dude, don't fuck with
I don't-
Fresh Prince. Don't fuck with Goonies or Labyrinth. Leave the
It's
fuck-
supposed to be good. He's involved with it. It's a dramatic
I've watched the
retelling.
first 3 episodes.
Because you got every streaming service known to man.
How
It's
much
on
money
that
do you
Peacock.
spend on streaming? Well, actually, I Peacock too.
Do you?
Yeah.
Is it worth watching? Put it on a thumb drive for me, Bill.
Yeah, Peacock.
You know what I would like?
What?
You do the Hulu cable package thing, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
do Hulu Live.
Your
to get
thoughts
my-
on this?
I like it.
Because I need a way to watch football games now.
I
Because
used-
I'm not paying for the NFL fucking network.
So weirdly
Or
enough,
you get it with Hulu Live.
yeah,
What's it cost?
7.
I pay $64 or $69.
It's like-
So you get Hulu Unlimited.
You get Hulu, Disney, and ESPN all for the
Well,
7.
no, I
Already
already had
get all
those
that
other.
shit.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So do
Yeah.
I. But
Yeah.
I was looking to edit my Hulu plan the other day,
Yeah.
and they give you that shit, and you don't have a choice.
Yeah. So.
So in theory, I could have a second login for Disney Plus from Hulu Live.
So you get Hulu. How many cable stations do you get?
It's about 70.
Oh,
It's like
so you get all the locals?
Yeah.
CBS, NBC, ABC,
Yeah.
all
no
that.
CW.
I don't give a fuck about CW.
That's a local though.
I really just want it for football.
Yeah.
It also same thing. No extra cost. It's coming with the ESPN thing too.
Quick little football talk I'd like to fit in.
Go ahead.
We're Bills fans on this side of
Yeah.
the table. I don't know if you have any compunction towards a football team.
I got the Colts and the Chargers.
Okay, that's a weird. What brings you down that road?
It was on the house.
Indianapolis and San Diego?
It was in the house growing up.
Oh, okay. So did you see Buffalo got Von Miller? They picked up Von Miller for a
Mm-hmm.
humongous fucking price.
Mm-hmm.
So we
Think-
paid
That'd be worth it.
$9 million for a 32-year-old pass rusher.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
Listen,
if
I
he
don't-
comes off the corner like he's supposed to,
I don't care if they get Bruce Smith now and pay him $65 billion a day.
Well,
If Buffalo wins that Super Bowl, I just need one. I don't give a fuck
I'm with
what
it.
else happens.
I will crack champagne and we will be there in Buffalo.
No, we will be in that parade
Yeah.
naked
Yes.
with a chandelier duct taped to my butthole lips. That's how fucking happy I'm
and
gonna be.
covered in gravy.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll
Cut
douse my
gravy.
piece in gravy. I'll jump in the Hudson. Is the Hudson by Buffalo?
No, it's
Whatever.
No.
I'll take a shit in
mean-
the Hudson River with Nabil.
Okay.
the Hudson's over
Yeah, I mean like
All
the
right.
Genesee
What are we-
area.
what are we-
Genesee out there.
What are
yeah.
we talking about?
Geography.
Yeah, well, whatever, you know. It's just
Gravy on your pizza.
because the power rankings came out
You know, what are we?
numero uno.
Bullshit.
Did you also see? So we all know TB12 fucking came out of retirement.
I told you that.
Yeah, it really pissed me off.
And that was a whole 40 days.
There was an amazing meme because remember when he said when he retired, he's like, I want to spend time with
Yeah,
my
you got
kids.
stuck in the house.
Yeah.
So there's this
So-
amazing meme
kids
that
now.
says, it's like Tom Brady's like, fuck them kids.
Yeah.
But anyway, there's a rumor that TB12 might be going to the Miami Dolphins.
I thought he was back at the Bucks.
Gronkowski's not signing with the Bucks. And there's been a ton of
There's
rumors.
another one who came out of
that
fucking retirement for
because-
5 minutes.
Deshaun Watson, the jailbird fucking piece of shit, was supposed to sign with the Dolphins, but he signed with the Cleveland Browns. So
Taking the
now,
Browns to the Super Bowl.
so now they're saying the TB12 might be going to Miami. So that means we got to deal with this cocksucker in the AFC East again.
Nice.
But it doesn't matter. I'm not scared of that fucking piece of shit. Like, fuck TB12, fuck Gronkowski, fuck Bill Belichick, fuck New England, fuck Boston. Everybody over there can suck my ass. The Red Sox, fuck you. Boston Bruins, eat my
I
ass.
just let him go.
Yeah. So, sort of related to sports news and sort of related to where I was yesterday. I don't know if anybody who's listening to this knows our proximity, but we're not that far away from Syracuse, New York, which is more well known than where we are. But it was where Jim Boeheim's wife got stuck up. Where was that?
About that? By like a fucking
12-year-old.
8-year-old.
12-year-old in a hoodie.
That's crazy.
I mean, he basically like was like this, like give me your life, and was like 2 fingers.
In the mall parking lot too, right?
Yeah, it was parked in the same area.
Did they catch the fucking kid?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what though, 12-year-olds can be size-wise. So I was coming home from work one day for lunch. So I lived in the hoodie McHood in Utica.
McHood.
Yeah. So I'm coming around to my front door, and I hear, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Somebody catcalling you?
People are whistling. So I'm like, it's like, all right. So I walk around to the back door just to survey the scene.
Survey.
There's 6 kids around my car trying to set it on fire. One kid has like you know the boot shit you spray on your boots for waterproofer?
Yeah.
And another kid has a lighter, and they're doing, and another kid's spraying my car, and they're trying to set my fucking car on fire. I go, yo, what the fuck? So this kid comes out of nowhere, and I just punched him in the face as hard as I could, and I knocked him the fuck out. And then these kids started running after me, so I fucking went in the house, called the fucking cops. So the cops come to me, he goes, hey, you know that kid you assaulted was 12 years old?
Yeah.
I was like, he was 6'2", like 180. The kid was fucking huge. He was like a good 1.5 inches taller than me, big fucking dude. And he's like, well, he hit you first, right? I was like, no, actually, I was just trying to...
No, he hit you first.
And I was like, and he's like, he hit you first? McFly? I was like, yes, sir, officer. He's like, all right. Come to find out, the kid was my downstairs fucking neighbor.
Nice.
Who had just gotten out of juvenile
Just
hall.
got out of prison.
And then my car, my work truck and my car got broken into 6 times more in the next following 4.5 months. Until we fucking moved.
Nice.
So 12-year-olds can be, the moral of that story is,
The moral of the
can
story
be
is I'm waiting 12 years and I'm gonna be keeping an eye on your kid.
Yeah, I mean, come on, my kid's not gonna be a piece of shit.
Yeah, you might.
Because I'm an amazing role model.
You might be. Well, no. What'll happen
Yes.
is like you guys, you and the missus are like crazy, and then you're gonna have one of those like super like docile kids.
Yeah, probably.
It's like skips a generation.
Well, like I'm crazy. My wife is normal, so maybe our kid will be somewhere in the middle.
Is she?
I mean, she married me, so that makes her kind of AB normal.
Abby normal, yes.
What?
What fucking else crazy?
What's the name on your brain?
Yeah, but I got a yin yang situation going on because I'd be out of control.
Yeah, that's
She
true.
keeps me grounded.
Yeah, that's the same.
I feel like your wife, and I mean I say this respectfully, but I feel like your wife is the type of person that if you ever gave her a reason to, she'd be like slashing tires and like cutting like seats and cars and stuff.
I kind of can see that myself. You
I've
can
seen-
see that
I've
glint
seen-
in your
yeah,
wife's eye.
I've seen that like
Well,
that.
she used to be actually a very nice person, but she's been with me for 20 years. She might.
Well, she's still a really nice person.
Yeah,
You brought
she
her
might-
down into the gutter
Yeah,
with
she
you.
might kill you. Yes.
Yeah.
Now Julie, my daughter.
She's got no compunctions.
Yeah, she'll. Yeah, in your sleep, whatever. You're dead.
I mean, I promptly paid for my Girl Scout cookies. I was not looking to incur
Oh.
her wrath.
Dude,
What? You need a hookup?
yeah.
What do you want?
I mean, my wife's pregnant, dude. Like,
What do you want?
I gotta fuck. I fuck with the Samoa's heavy tag-alongs. She
So
likes.
you want Samoas and tags?
Hold on. There's a new kind of cookie this year that
The marshmallow hoop-de-doo.
no. So
I
it's
like a hoop-de-doo.
It's a brownie cookie with caramel cream
Excuse me?
and like a fudge
I don't
drizzle.
know if I can get those.
What?
Those are they're the adventure
Yeah.
whatever.
You
Yeah.
have some?
Yeah, I got 2 boxes.
Where?
I think they're sold
In my
out.
freezer.
You want tags and?
I want the fudge fuckers. I want the fudge surprise fuckers.
I'll bring.
How
you
many
some.
boxes do you want? They're $5.
Of the
a
fudge
pop.
surprise?
No, of whatever.
I'll have to call my wife after we're done.
All right.
A lot, probably though.
Just a blank check.
Yeah.
I want the fudge fuckers.
All right. I'll see what I can do.
Or I need to at least try one,
Yeah.
because caramel make my legs shake.
Yeah, you're down under the bridge for a Twix.
Maybe I'll sneak those into the movies.
Ooh.
I'll eat it out of your mouth.
Well, I'll put them right here and be like, this is maybe Girl Scout cookies, maybe it's my junk. You don't know.
I have a question for you, gentlemen.
Wait. Is this Ryan's dirty question of the day?
It kind of is.
Because we've kind of gotten to that point. There's always, would you touch Ryder a blah blah blah?
It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
What, I sound like, what's his name from the
Yeah.
Cubs?
Yeah, kind of.
What's his name?
Done the
again?
voice
Harry
enough times.
Harry Carey. Hey! If the moose was made out of cheese, would you eat it? Cubs win! Alright, fuckers. So we were talking about, this was a Seinfeld episode too. It was like
I really need to watch more Seinfeld.
when you're in a relationship or you're married, who your exception would be.
I feel like
So-
you asked us this already.
Did I?
No, I don't think so.
Maybe.
Because I don't know if
Maybe
we
I did
answered
that
it.
wrong.
Because,
Or it may have just been a non-podcast question.
yeah,
Like
because that goes on a
a
lot.
Ryan bullshit question.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I was like, because there's a couple things. Like, I would probably go back and sleep with Jesus.
Okay.
Just kidding. That was an off-color joke.
Wow.
But like any time period. So I was like, I'm picking Kathy Ireland from 1994.
Oh boy.
That would be my dream girl.
Really?
Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue.
You know
cover.
she's like 4'6".
Is she really?
Yeah, she's like a tiny person.
Well, if we were married and consenting, she could be a spinner. Just saying.
Wow.
But only in our marital bed, because I don't like fornication outside of relationship status.
Californication?
So my wife's was like,
My favorite songs.
oh, it was ridiculous.
Was it James Marsters?
No, because she goes, yeah, I have a type. She goes, I like you. I like Chris Helmsworth. And
They
I said,
both got beards.
I said, wait a minute now. Are you saying that I'm in the same type as Chris Helmsworth?
Now,
It's like, we're not even in the same fucking universe.
I'm
Okay,
not
hold
even in the same weight class.
now, hold on a second. What you needed to do right there is you needed to clarify that question and say, are we talking Thor 1 or are we talking Endgame?
Yeah.
I don't care if it's-
Thor or
Yeah. Oh, hey, there you go.
Yeah, that's what
There
I'm
you
saying.
go.
He was pretty cool still, though.
He was even way hotter than me when he was Fat Thor, getting beat by Noob Puncher 69. Or
Yeah,
whatever
and he was
his
hanging
name
out with, Taika Waititi.
Yeah. So if you're in a relationship,
Mhm.
what would your exceptions be? Al, do you have one off the top?
He's in a
Kate
relationship.
Beckinsale.
Oh, wow,
Ooh,
really?
Underworld style?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oof.
Or Gwen Stefani. Or,
No doubt.
Gwen
Or-
Stefani.
No doubt.
Or why not both?
Oh, I'll allow that. I'll allow
Yeah.
that.
Probably,
Do you have one off the top?
yeah, probably Elvira, circa,
Ooh.
Ooh.
circa, like,
Guys, we're hitting the trifecta here.
That's
These are really
that's a good
these
call.
are really good
circa
answers.
1989.
Yeah, she's a good actress. Yes, she is.
Yeah. I don't even
mean,
know
she's
if Elvira
funny.
has a head. I don't even know what her
I
fucking
can't.
face
Yeah,
looks
you
like.
just yeah.
And she's still. I mean, you could say Elvira circa 2021, and I'd be like,
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
I met her just before the pandemic, and she was still a smoke show.
how old is she?
Probably 60s.
It's gotta be. Can you
Like
look it up
60,
on the internet
65.
box?
let me go to the.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
say I'm gonna
Yeah.
say 64.
I think she's a natural redhead.
Yeah, I know. That's it. Because what movie was she in? Sans Get Up. Wasn't she in something?
I don't know.
Or was it an Elvira movie where she dressed as herself, kind of?
There might have been.
Yeah.
Although I don't know if I was telling him or somebody else earlier, but so Rob Zombie's got a Monsters movie he's doing, right? So like,
Are you shitting me?
now Google it when you're done with this. So
Is it like a
Live action?
jokey Monsters?
we don't know yet, but so he's got the lineup of Frankenstein and Lily and Grandpa.
Can I make a quick aside?
Yeah.
You're a big movie buff.
Yeah.
What do you think of Rob Zombie, like House of a Thousand
Holy
Corpses?
Nike! She's 70 years old.
Yeah, she's still a smoke show.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Because like I love all those movies.
I liked
She's
his,
5'7".
I liked his Halloween movies.
Yeah.
I didn't like House of a Thousand as much as I liked. I think I liked Devil's Rejects the most of that little trilogy.
The third one was horrible.
It was pretty bad.
Oh,
I mean, Mosley there, or what? I don't know. The other one, Sid.
Yeah.
He was like on his last leg.
Yeah.
And
That
it
movie
felt
was
terrible.
awful. Yeah.
Devil's Rejects was probably the sweet spot of his career, I think.
Yeah.
Um,
I know. I thought the first
so,
Halloween was really
He
good.
got the missus. He's getting the missus to play Lily because he's got.
That's something that bothers me. Because Sherry Moon Zombie is not a good actress.
She looks great though. Look at the picture and yeah.
Is she the one that played the in the carnival?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she was the mother. She was Michael Myers' mother all throughout, and that was a lot of acting.
Yeah.
Did you see the Rob Zombie movie where they're like, where rich people go and set up kind of like a surviving the game type situation?
Is that the one where they hunt people?
Yeah.
I think wasn't it Hunted or Hunt or something.
Yeah, there's been lots of
She's
movies
in
like
that.
that.
But dude, she's
Not good.
I'm not saying she's a good actress, but I'm saying she looks good.
yeah.
So like there's a picture online. You'll see it right now. It's like each of them sitting at they're like kind of director chairs, but in their makeup already. So she looks good. The grandpa they got looks almost spot on.
Who else is in it? Any other names?
Well, so apparently Elvira's going to be in it, but not as Elvira. So she's going to do something other than Elvira, and I'm super like curious to see what.
Well, because he always gets like 70s B actors to be in his films.
Well, with
Perfect.
she,
Yeah, amazing.
the
I wonder,
B80 horror queen.
Yeah, are there even movies like that anymore?
No, but like back then, you had Elvira. She would do
The hosting.
the hosting.
Yeah.
But then, what was the broad on US? I'm gonna get canceled for saying broad. Jesus.
Vampire.
No, on USA. You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And she had Gilbert Godfrey on.
Yeah, fuck.
Anyway, that shit doesn't
And
exist
the monster
anymore.
was it Monster Madness or something?
Yeah.
Movie
USA
Monster
Up
Madness?
All Night or
Yeah.
some nonsense.
Gilbert Godfrey.
What the heck was her name?
I don't know.
Jenna Jameson.
No.
Jenny McCarthy.
No.
Was it the porn star that was like in the movies Too Young, and then she was in Cry Baby with Johnny Depp?
No, not her.
I can't picture this thing that you guys are talking about. It sounds great, but
Yeah, it was kind of like
like an homage to the Elvira stuff, but like newer.
like the Saturday night
Yeah.
horror
Well,
showcase.
It wasn't. It's not. Well, this isn't the girl. It wasn't Svengoolie, was it?
No.
I mean, that guy's local.
Rhonda Shear.
Do you have a picture of her?
Let me try, see what the internet box does.
I don't know about.
It's weird because like when you were a kid growing up in the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s, you got exposed to a lot of different movies because you couldn't just watch what you wanted all the time.
Right.
You know, so you would kind of surf and be like, hey, I'll check this out. So you kind of got exposed to a lot of shit. Like now, if you don't want to watch something, you just don't have to.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah, Rhonda Shear from USA Up All Night.
Don't recognize her.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so they do like bumpers to the commercial, and they'd be, and you know, you're what 12-year-old kid, and you're waiting for her top to fall off, and it always looked like it was gonna, but it never
Do
did.
you guys remember like every night at like 11:15 for like 2 minutes, the Spice Channel would come in?
Oh
clear?
yeah, and you'd be like,
You'd just be waiting for that first
Yeah.
nipple to
Yeah.
show up,
yeah.
and you're just like,
Yeah.
oh.
That's before they put porn on the internet, and it's everywhere. Yeah, like you had to go out in the woods and find a Playboy to see a
Why is
movie.
there always a porn magazine in the woods
I
or
don't
under
know,
a
yeah.
bridge?
Yeah.
Somebody went there to jerk it.
Who goes into the woods to jerk
Yeah,
it?
like of
Not
all
me,
places,
but
I'm not
somebody.
going into the woods.
Well, if you think I'm a heathen for shitting out in the world, imagine how worse it is when there's somebody out there jerking it in the middle of the woods.
As a matter of fact, sir, I think it's more normal to jerk it in the woods than shit in a random area. Al?
It is a little suspect with the.
I'm
pooping
gonna
everywhere.
retort to that and say I'm not shitting in random places. I'm shitting in random toilets. These people could be jerking it anywhere.
Maybe they're jerking it. Yeah, I don't got nothing.
You got nothing.
No.
Yeah. I know, I think it's, yeah.
Uh-huh.
You ever jerked it while you shook a shit? Is that even possible?
There's a name for that. It's like going number 3, I think.
That's that ain't right. It ain't right.
Urban Dictionary.
Can you puke, pee, jerk it, and shit at the same time?
I think that's
would
what
not
happens
want
when
to.
you have Ebola or something.
Yeah, it's when you're on your deathbed.
Yeah, because you can't pee when you're jerking it.
I don't want to try. I don't know if you can or can't.
No, there's a valve in there that shuts everything
Yeah, the
up.
vas deferens.
Yeah.
You're the vast deference.
Vas deferens.
It's very true. It's very true. Yeah. I don't know.
Can we talk about reading any books this week?
I read. I read next week's books already.
Oh yeah.
What's good?
One Dark Night,
You read issue 2.
issues
Don't
2,
fucking care.
Why?
Not Batman.
Oh, because there's so many Batman.
There's a
and
lot.
what did I read? I don't think I read anything this week.
Nothing from Marvel. You know what's
No.
really been good is the new
No.
Thor run.
Yeah,
The Donny Cates
love
one.
Donny Cates. I did sign you up for a book though.
What?
It's called Do a Power Bomb.
Ooh.
Oh, the wrestling one. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's in the new.
Who's doing it?
That's gonna be on the sign-up sheet too. I hadn't gotten that far though.
I forget who's doing it. The guy that did
No, like what publisher?
Image.
Oh.
But it was the guy that wrote the Wonder Woman, Dead Earth something. Dead.
Was
Earth.
it Tom Taylor?
No, it's not Tom Taylor. But anyway, that guy.
Al Ewing.
No. So I signed you up for that.
I thought about the Donny Cates run of Thor earlier, just taking pictures of toys, and I had a Thor and a Hulk next to each other. And
Yeah, I saw that.
I was like, hey, Hulk versus Thor.
I love those mid or late '90s Marvel Legends that came with the comic book.
Yeah.
If you find the Beta Ray Bill one,
I had it and we sold it.
so how much you sell it for?
It was like 50.
Oh, I would have bought it for 50.
I don't think it was a comic.
What's he look
though.
like?
I think at that point it was a Build-A-Figure. Like it came with it was the action figure, but it came with a piece for another one.
What did it look like?
It looked like Horseface.
Better Ray Bill?
Yeah.
I have one on my shelf.
Yeah.
Better
Yeah, because
Ray Bill.
isn't there rumors that Beta Ray's gonna be in the new Guardians movie?
Yeah.
Or maybe Thor 4.
Like legit. They're saying
Like legit horse face dude.
So if that's the case, after rewatching Guardians 2 today, right, I have to assume that Guardians 3 will probably be Adam Warlock centric. So what the fuck is Horseface got to do with Adam Warlock?
I hope they don't do a big drawn out fucking Gamora and Peter trying to get back into good graces and all
Well,
that stupid fucking
Well,
shit.
they'll probably work on some of that with
Think
Thor.
about it. If you have Thor back in Asgard,
Uh-huh.
maybe at that point he sends Better Ray Bill.
But there is no Asgard.
It's all. I mean, it's like on an
It's-
island in Newfoundland or something.
But he said he was gonna let Valkyrie be the ruler of that, right?
Yeah, but maybe he has to go back for Love and Thunder.
Yeah, for Love and Thunder. I think isn't Goldblum in it again too? I think Goldblum's in
Oh
it.
really?
Oh,
Is what's his name?
Collector.
Because I think
the Collector's
isn't
brother.
Jane
Yeah,
Foster
Grandmaster.
taking
Grandmaster.
over the helm?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff happening in Thor 4 that
Yeah.
like we're all kind of sleeping on because Doctor Strange is the next in line, and that's on the forefront, which is okay. But like we're gonna blink and that's gonna be over, and then it's gonna be like, oh, Thor 4's next.
Thor.
I'm thinking that Doctor Strange might be the best Marvel movie to come out. I'm
Think
putting
about
that much
this,
weight
though.
on
If
it.
we get Better Ray Bill in Thor 4 or Guardians, right? There's a huge possibility that we could get Throg somewhere right around there.
Throg, and then we get Throg, Black, White, and Blood.
Then if we get
All comes full
Casper,
circle.
it'll be.
What?
What was his theory about animal bucks?
Funny
That, like
animals.
Little Richie was a funny animal.
Oh, or that like Richie
Or
Rich
Richie
was really
Rich. Yeah,
Casper.
Richie Rich.
Yeah.
Up until the point that they actually meet in a book, and it's like that theory falls
You're
apart.
gonna have to go all the way back to episode uno for that, fucker.
Or
What,
2.
what episode are we on?
9, 10.
We've been
What?
doing this too long.
I would love to have more than 13 subscribers on our YouTube page.
Well, maybe if we get the Dude Wipes to come.
Maybe if somebody would actually put the fucking memo in the comic book store that they said they fucking would.
Ooh, memo.
Listen, I'm procrastinating on things sometimes.
Oh, dude, nobody's worse at procrastinating than me.
And I'm trying to commission them to do some work for me too.
What kind
Oh,
of
I forgot about that already.
What kind of work?
I want to start including little like cards in the shit.
I told you
ship
that
out.
it's called a buck slip.
Whatever.
And you can do it cheap. You don't have to do it on card. You do it on nice paper and you zap it out. Cheap.
Okay. But anyway, like one of the slip notes and the stuff I ship out to like eBay customers to say, hey, come to my Facebook group instead. So that way I can sell you shit there and not get hit with the eBay fees and all that
What would
stuff.
you do? Is just write through PayPal?
That's what I do if anybody actually buys it through Facebook
Cash
right now.
App or anything?
Yeah, whatever, I don't care. I
Venmo.
mean, the percentages are all way less than eBay.
Because eBay's
13%. And they manage my money, which means they take it and then they send it to my bank account and then I gotta wait a day or two to get it, and it's just such a they had the right method and then they got greedy because they're like, we don't want to be hooked up with PayPal anymore, because what used to happen, right, is if I sold something on eBay and I had my PayPal account linked, it hit my PayPal account immediately. I had a PayPal debit card. I could go spend that money right now.
Yeah.
I could go like I might have stuff on eBay that I'm like, man, I want to make a quick couple $100 and like make an offer to somebody and be like, hey, I will sell that to you right now. That'd be money in my pocket. Now it's like you gotta wait a week for everything. It's like horse shit. So I mean, I'll always
What
use
were the
eBay.
PayPal fees before?
4%. So,
From
but
4 to
eBay's
13?
well, no, but I mean, like it was like eBay was like 9 or 10, and then PayPal was
Oh.
4, so you were getting like a total of 14. So I get hit for 13 on eBay, big old 1% less, but anyway. The point is, eBay's got the most eyes on it, but I would love to like migrate to those eyes somewhere else.
Is there any other secondary selling sites like that?
Mercari is starting to
Yeah.
get bigger.
Is it? I mean, that's been around for a long time.
GoDaddy,
This
GoMommy.
what's that one that Art always tells us to? We gotta go on.
Oh, it's another one, but it's more for auctions strictly.
Yeah.
Like he's like, hey, you can do Comic Live auctions on here instead of Facebook. Remember what it's called? Art. If you're watching this, remember to
Yeah, what's
comment
it
and say
called,
so.
Art?
Any news following up about the email you sent to CGC last week?
Yeah, I got books on back. So in like 2 weeks of email exchanges, they're shipping my shit back.
Do you get any recompense monetarily from this or anything? Any kind of?
They wanted to charge me for my shipping, and I said absolutely not.
So for your books being gone for how long now?
14 months.
You get nothing, just your books back.
I think
Anything graded?
I think out of the 20 books I shipped, we had a shipment come back like about a month or so ago that had 4 books in it.
Did they say what the fucking delay was?
A while ago when I asked, they said it was because when we had first submitted those, the tiers and stuff that we submitted at no longer exist. Because like the company got bought out during the pandemic, so then they like streamlined their prices and everything. So when I shipped the shit in,
So they didn't hold good to the proper dealing.
so my thought, and I can't confirm this definitively, is I think because our shit doesn't fall under any of their things now, it's just sitting on a shelf somewhere.
You know what? Fuck CGC.
Yeah.
Bring your books to CBCS.
But the problem
Fuck you,
is,
CGC.
the problem is, because CGC is the gold standard for comic book grading.
Mhm.
If you have $100 book,
Uh-huh.
say it's $100 raw, and you get it slabbed, you could probably sell it for close to $200. Okay, except if it was a CGC book. If you go CBCS or PGX or any of the other ones,
Mhm.
you're gonna sell that book for $85.
I mean, in all actuality, though, CBCS is nowhere near as bad as PGX as far as
No,
No, I
PGX is
know.
definitely.
but yeah,
PGX is like the Roy Rogers of
it's
and really, it
like I
doesn't-
get it. It's graded. What's the difference? But
Uh-huh.
on the marketplace, you can see the
I
difference.
kind of
Yeah,
my
you're
thought. My thought is when I finally get this stuff back, like the only thing I will ever really want to deal with CGC again for is like if I want to buy a book pre-graded, I'll do that. Like if somebody's got it online already and they're selling it, I'll buy that.
Well, I guess they're doing cards now, and there was this Magic card guy on YouTube, and
Yeah.
he got a shipment back, and he got like a 5 and a 4 on one of these cards,
Mhm.
so he brought it to 3 other separate graders,
Uh-huh.
and the cards that got a 4 and a 5 respectively
Mhm.
averaged with the other 3 graders in the high 9s.
Yeah.
So his
So basically, what you're telling me is, by them, what they're doing with their time, besides not grading my books, is wrongly grading cards, and then hold on top of
a
that,
huge margin.
yeah, by a huge margin. But on top of that, they're doing all these every like 2 weeks, or not even 2 weeks. Every like week, I get an email from CGC about some signature series signing that they're doing, which means they're putting those people's stuff ahead of like normal
Yeah.
things. And then the previews catalog also has dynamic forces, which you could buy those things pre-graded, which means they're probably putting those like under the signings, but over like people's. There's just it's so
And,
commercial.
there's a lot of
I feel like
subterfuge about how.
they're not running their business well.
Well, they also don't. You don't know what the fuck happens inside that building.
If you want to do all the things that they're doing, open multiple facilities. Have a spot that's just straight like me and you people type sending shit in to get graded. Have your
Yeah,
Florida
good point.
location be the whatever signing spot.
Well, how do you know they don't do that? They don't
They've
ever.
only got a Florida spot.
Have you ever seen a video of the processing or anything about
Oh, no,
the
it's
inside
so
of that
hush-hush.
building? Yeah, but dude, that's odd, is it not?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's the training regimen these people are going through? Because I mean,
So what you're saying is one of us should go to Florida and like get a job at CDC to infiltrate.
it'd be sweet to know what the hell goes on in there.
I mean, we should start like
One of the things when they first came about was I heard these horror stories where, say you send in a Conan #1, right? You might get a Conan #1 back, but it's not going to be your Conan #1 that you sent in.
I heard that.
So as a collector, I have books that are sentimental to me.
Yeah, like your mother gave you for Christmas.
when
and
I
stuff.
was 4 or whatever.
And
Why would
they figure
yeah.
like, oh well, the thing's gonna be sealed forever. You're not gonna know the difference.
Well, maybe I want it sealed forever because my dead mother gave it to me.
Right.
Or
But that's what I mean. Like, they might be
my
sending
mother's
you
not
back.
dead. I was just.
They might be
it's
sending
her
you
birthday
back something.
Oh, happy birthday!
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Nana.
Happy birthday.
So, but yeah, CGC is still a recurring shipper of our show.
That kind of really. Well,
Friends agrees.
I'm sorry for that for
Well,
you guys. That really kind of pisses me off. Fuck you, CGC.
Yeah.
One of the things about it is, not only do we have the books were gone for 14 months, they're coming back not graded. So now you have to make the decision: what do you do with these books? And like I have books sort of like.
What if they were damaged in shipping
Yeah,
too?
but I also have books like in queue that I was planning on sending out next. So what do I do about that book?
Right.
Do I get it graded or not graded?
Start doing
Or-
business through CBCS. They're a
Yeah.
great company. Their slabs are better than CGC now, as far as
Yeah.
I'm concerned.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, like, gotta be the guy to break bad news to customers, and we gotta be the bad guys because we're the ones that they handed the stuff to. Which
And real world actually, have you ever done the math? It's like what, usually a 6% to 12% difference between CGC slabs and CBCS.
in terms of what you pay or
Yeah.
or what
Like say if you had the same book, same grade, one was CGC and one was CBCS.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know a lot of the websites like don't even say graded; they say CGC books, like
Yeah.
as if the other ones don't exist.
Well, I like that CBCS does the authentication process. So
Yeah, I
if you
appreciate
don't
that.
are lucky to fucking be around a CGC authorized sign authenticator.
Yeah. Or you can only like get the thing signed and slabbed at a convention where there is both CGC. So like if you happen to go to another convention where they're not there, you're like, well, I don't want to get this signed because they'll give me a green label because I have that for one of my Elvira books.
Really?
Yeah, they so I sent it in with the cert, and they sent it back. They sent me back the cert in the comic bagging board, and then the book itself got a 9.4, and
So it's like writing on
writing on the cover for the signature because
And it had the cert in there?
because if they're not there seeing it, it doesn't count.
Which is ridiculous if you have a certificate of authenticity.
Yeah, well you could fake it, you could whatever,
Yeah.
you know.
I mean, it's just fuck them.
Yeah.
Seriously.
So, to end the podcast today, maybe on a less somber note. So we were doing the invoice for next week to see like what titles are coming in next week, right?
Yeah.
I'm super hyped for Batman Neo Year. I'm a
I
big
remember you were talking
Batman
about
Beyond
that. Yeah.
Neo Year. So there's that. And actually, is it? Well, maybe that's 2 weeks out. This week is the other one, right? The White Knight one. The White Knight Beyond, like Batman Beyond the White Knight or whatever.
Well, yeah, it's already in the back.
Yeah, so like back to back, 2 weeks of Batman Beyond after like 2 years of no Batman
What's the
Beyond.
story about White Knight?
It's Sean Murphy. That's his name, right?
Yeah, Sean Murphy. All that Sean
It's-
Murphy Batman
it's
stuff.
Beyond,
really good art.
it's the White Knight, Batman White Knight presents.
Yeah.
They did Harley Quinn. They did a Batman. Now it's Batman
I
Beyond.
think the very first story was about what the Batman's the bad guy and Joker's the good guy.
Yeah.
I do think DC's been killing it with their portrait variants for like the past 3 or 4 years. Like all those Catwoman portrait variants they do are amazing every month. The Harley Quinns, the Jokers, all of those, they've been really good. I think they're killing it with variants over Marvel.
Yeah. I don't know. I weirdly like I get the DC books that I like. I get actually the issues of versus like Marvel, where at this point I only order them in trade because I'll just read the story as it's whatever. But
You
like,
save your trades, you sell them.
if they suck, I'll sell them. If it's something like if it's a one and done that I don't think I'll ever read again, hey, I paid $18 for this. I'll slap it up for $10 on eBay or whatever. So, but I had somebody trying to lowball me today for the Tiger Shark appearance too.
What did they lowball you?
From Namor? It's $140 and 7.0.
For the second appearance?
No, for the first one.
Oh, the first one's
First
an ugly cover.
Yeah, well, still 140 and 7.0.
What? Let me guess what he offered you. Was one for $80.
In fact, exactly $80. So I counted him at 115. I said I'll knock off like 20%.
That's great.
Because for me, 20% is really 33%.
Yeah, good point.
I mean, it's a fair off.
We talked
heard
about
about
it.
that.
I think you can't go
No.
anything under 75% lower than the actual price. If I'm the purchaser trying to get you down,
Yeah.
maybe a 60, maybe 65.
I just want to know if people are actually saying yes. Are they like desperate, like crackhead comic sellers that are like, you're like, hey, I got this $100 book up, but some schmoke
Dude.
offers me like $30, so I say yes.
I've got during COVID, I like a $300 zero tolerance knife I got for $180.
I mean, that's still more than 50% though.
Not much more.
Like 60.
I mean, that's a huge amount off. You know, it was also during COVID though.
COVID.
Go away.
Well, sure. I mean, like
China.
they knocked off like $8K from the sticker price on my car because I bought it during COVID, and now we're on the other end of it where they have no cars. I love it.
Everything's getting crazy.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So
If only there was a guy that warned us about some of this supply chain stuff.
China. Was it China?
Who's that? The Orange?
I'm
Captain Orange?
yeah.
Was it?
That's disinformation. Cancel this fucking podcast, YouTube.
If we had elected me to office, I would have made sure you had Ben & Jerry's in your freezer every night. Now,
That's actually not a bad impression.
yeah, and Ben & Jerry's is pretty good.
Hey, if you like Ben & Jerry's, would you eat it? Comes with.
Good night, everybody.
Hey, as we end every podcast,